Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper, and I received a package from Birmingham Pen Company. So you can see the Cranberry Workshop right here, Birmingham Pen Company, and they have some new tape as a runner on their packaging. And so it says open parcel opposite box certificate. We manufacture our fountain pen inks by hand at the workshop in Pennsylvania. Each ink formula is compounded with highly purified water and a delicately balanced series of ingredients that become the vehicle to deliver colorant to paper. Ingredients are meticulously combined and refined over roughly 24 steps, with a minimum of 3 thorough mixing steps per color to ensure quality and consistency within every small batch. So I think the box certificate, oh, right there. Box certificate, this single wall box meets all construction requirements of applicable freight classification. 85 pounds per metric square foot. Anyway, so there's the box certificate. So I'm going to flip it over and we're going to open it opposite the box certificate for the best experience. I always wonder where packaging directions and warnings or item labels come from. I would imagine people were opening the boxes on the wrong side and had some negative experiences. Let me take out my receipt. So I always love their freight manifest. And they have their postcard that's incredibly thick. Oh, there's 2 postcards. Oh, wow. This is great. That's such a beautiful picture. All right, and I got 3 inks. And they have their thank you for the privilege to prepare this package for you today. Our goal is to earn your business as a customer for life. Your complete, outright, and unrelenting satisfaction is guaranteed. We've got your back, Birmingham Pen Company. So the only thing I didn't see in there that I have seen in the past with their packaging is the cork, what is this called? Coaster. I was gonna say cup holder, but I knew that wasn't the right word. So I placed an order. Oh, and they have different bottles. So here's their, the last version of bottles. I was gonna say the original, but I don't know that I would feel confident speaking to their original bottles. But this was the last bottle, and this is their new one. Wow. So previously you got 60 mils, and this one is 100 mils, and they previously came in a box with some, I think it was rose gold lettering, and this just comes in the bottle. I wonder if all of them are packaged the same way. So this color is called Distressed Leather. It's one of the newer colors, and it's a Keystone formula. Wow. 100 mils plus or minus 3%. That's interesting. And it's kind of a coppery colored orangey cap. Oh. Sandstone. This is what I placed the order for, is sandstone. So this sample was gifted to me by a viewer, and I loved it so much. And that same viewer actually reached out to me to let me know it had been restocked. So I went and placed an order. And I couldn't just get one. So I did get 3. I also got antique sepia. So all are, well, I knew I love sandstone, but the distressed leather and antique sepia, I felt very confident I would like a lot. So let me put those over here and grab out, I'm going to use my swatch book. Now I do have sandstone swatched right here. So I'm not going to swatch that one, but I am going to swatch the other 2, and then in my Galen Leather Co. Everyday Notebook, I will do a swatch here. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Okay. It's been a minute since I've done a swatch, so I'm a little rusty. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start with sandstone on here, just because I know I'm not swatching it. I'm using my Kakimori nib. Now I did sand this down a little bit because I did a whoopsie. I got the nib all scratched up, and so I just tried to do a little smoothing, and we'll see. Love this color. Oh, you know what? I had wanted to just do just a little dab next to the swatch in here. And you can see this is very similar to Iroshizuku Inaho. Let's see, because these are individual batch, let's see how similar these 2 are to each other. I'm just gonna do a little spot there. So far it looks very similar. Oh yeah, look at that. So yes, I love this color. Love it so much. And that's all thanks to a viewer. It's so great. Once I get into September, I have a few people that I'm sending some ink samples to. And once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to open up a P.O. box, and then I'm going to have my address out there for anyone who wants to share. But I love this community where we're all so wonderfully thoughtful and caring and wanting to share our passion with others that we want to get those samples out there. So I look forward to that, and I'm just kind of biding time while this is drying. You can probably tell because I'm waving my hand. All right, so that's close to drying, so I'm going to go over here and let me cap sandstone. This is perfect. I love it. And the next one I'm going to do is antique sepia. And this one on the website, it looked a little bit chromo shading. So I'm interested to see how this one looks swatched out. So it goes down green. That's so fascinating. This is a little bit of a drier ink than sandstone. At least that's how it's feeling right now. And I definitely have more in the Kakamori nib, so. Again, it goes down green, and then it kind of gets this, it's almost this like pinky brown undertone to it, I think is the best way that I can describe it. You can see the difference in my Kakimori nib from this Birmingham Pen Co. The Antique Sepia and Nebulous Blue. These are fairly similar, but the Inaho, even a little bit the Vampire Pigeon, Mad Hatter Gold Dust, it's a much thicker line, which is why I wanted to use a bristled surface to smooth it down a little bit. And again, that is all my fault. I'm not going to talk about what I did because I did a dumb thing. Just going to say, I think I found a fix because that looks much better. But it's also, I think it's a slightly less lubricated ink. They're both a Keystone formula. They're both a dye ink. Interesting. They both have a lubricant and they both have a thickener. That's interesting. All right. And last but absolutely not least is Distressed Leather. Now, when this came out and I got an email about it and I saw posts on social media, there was something about this kind of golden brown that I really loved. Beautiful. And I think, let me get this done. I think this might remind me of KWZ Honey. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so I had wanted to flip it back. All right, I'm trying to show this precariously. So this is KWZ Honey. And like I said, that to me looks a lot like Birmingham Pen Company Distressed Leather. KWZ Honey might be slightly brighter, for sure, but they look very similar. And then Antique Sepia is such an interesting color. It's such an interesting color. I actually want to look at some of my other. I'm going to flip around just a little bit and let me move things and make some space. does antique sepia remind me of, if anything? Maybe a little bit like Colorverse A Uma, because it has that green undertone. It's very interesting. Sorry if my stomach sounds are coming through. Having a little bit of a rough day today. Yeah, it might be the Colorverse A Uma that was in my memory. Maybe a lighter version of Wearing Gold King Lear. That's so interesting. Oh, so fascinating. I love it. So don't be surprised if you see all three of these in my September currently inked. I might just go ahead and do a Birmingham Pen Company theme for September. Maybe that's how I'll kick off the fall or this new school year. So those are my 3 new inks. Now with Birmingham Pen Company, I believe that they do not ship outside of the continental US, so that can be a little difficult to get a hold of for individuals who live in other countries. But their shipping time also takes a number of weeks. So this was ordered on August 2nd. It is August 24th today. So it took just about 3 weeks, but from the point that it shipped to when it got here, I think it was only 2 days. I think I got the shipping notification, well, Monday or Tuesday. So they ship quickly, but their packaging, it does take a few weeks, and I think that is because it's small batch and it's kind of a mom and pop, brother and brother operation. But the quality of their product is phenomenal. So I will stop rambling. Thank you for watching my swatching of my 3 new inks. All right, bye.